Hello, hello. Welcome back to Games on Fast Forward 2026. Mark's going to be taking a break here so he can actually sleep, but we're going to get on to the Ultima 4 run with OrganMike, who can take it from here.
Oh, sure. Mark gets to sleep.
Well, he's been up for 28 hours.
Oh, yeah. So I'm teasing. I am impressed. I've been grabbing cat naps between my last couple runs. But I'm here. My hair has slowly been getting worse through the various runs. And
Well, at least you didn't have to fully cut your hair.
Oh,
I lost like 11 inches. It's gone.
Oh well, yeah. No, I'm still there, and realizing I haven't properly accessorized. I normally I'm not appearing properly on stream here. 1 sec, I'm going to take my headset off here, so I can't hear you. So if you're saying something important, though, if chat's there, quite well and quite prepared to accept suggestions for naming, but. I said I accessorize. I'm never fully dressed if I'm not properly accessorized for a stream. My goodness. One must always be ready to go. All right. So if you have a suggestion for a name, or if chat has a suggestion for a name, I'm quite willing to entertain. But this is Ultima 4 Quest of the Avatar. Before I get going, I have to acknowledge that where I stand, where I live, work, and play is in fact Treaty 1 territory, the traditional homeland of the Anishinaabe, the Anishinaabe, this is the problem with being tired. I have to remember all these names. The Anishinaabe, Anishinaabe, Innuak, Dakota, Denisiline, and Nehethawak peoples, and the heart of the Red River Métis Nation. And I want to acknowledge that these peoples have had their forms of culture and art, including their games, suppressed for centuries. And it's my hope that going forward, instead of that we can play together instead of playing separately. So, right. We have. Do we have a name? Radeon, do we have?
I do not believe the incentive. The incentive was not filled, but I like Mark's idea. Go with Ender Lily's names.
Well, I only get to name.
It's gotta be Lily. It's gotta be Lily.
It is. All right. So yeah, here's what the game looks like, more or less. So it's the return to the view. We need to start a new game. We're going to go with Lily, and the timer will start when I press F for female. And the okay, here we go. 4th run in 24 hours. Stretch out. Let's get this going. So 3, 2, 1, we roll. All right. So the basic backstory is we start out, it's the 1980s. The latest in a series of personal crises seems insurmountable, being pulled apart in all directions. Afternoon walk in the countryside slowly brings relaxation to your harried mind, yada, yada, yada. Then there's a noise. You go over to the noise. Something falls out of the portal. You go over, you find it there. And it happens to be 2 books wrapped in a cloth map, one of which is called the History of Britannia as told by Kyle the Younger. And it tells you here, you read the book of history. So you go back, you sit under the willow tree, you read the book of history. And then just to make sure you read the instruction manual, no, really, read the book of history. Because even in 1985, people didn't read the instruction manuals. I'm like, come on, Nicholas. Did I put this on? How did this keep happening? It's twisted around weird. Whatever. There. Fine. Whatever. It's one of those things that's going to bug me. Well, whatever case. You read the book of history, and then you hear the music of a Redden Fair. You head down to the Redden Fair. There's a juggler. There's a ticket taker. They see the Ankh that you got out of the portal. They say, nah, come on in. There's a traveler's wagon in the back. That's where the music seems to come from. And there's an old lady in there who's going to read our cards. But she doesn't have traditional tarot cards. She's got the 8 cards of the virtues. So we answer these questions. I'm going to answer them optimally for the run, so I'm not going to go over them. But the 8 virtues are honesty, compassion, valor, justice, sacrifice, honor, spirituality, and humility. And this is a single knockout tournament sort of format. Every every one that we answer gets removed from consideration for the next question. So we've answered spirituality, valor, honesty, and sacrifice. So those ones continue on to the next question. Every ones we don't answer gets removed. So we want to finish with honesty, because honesty, this determines our character class and our starting stats. So not bad. We're going to have a pretty interesting character. Honesty gives us a mage, which is what we want because this is a speed run and mages go fast. So first thing we do, turn off all sound. If you hear sound coming from the game, it's because I have forgotten to do that. We're going to come up here. We're going to find the Rune of Honesty, and we're going to steal some money because that's a very honest thing to do. Get out of my way, small child, or I will pummel you. Oh, I'm poisoned. I'm going to have to... one of the game's mechanics is magic. Obviously, it's a role-playing game. It's a fancy role-playing game. We have to mix spells before we can cast them. So we have to mix these reagents. We'll cast Cure. We got poisoned from the treasure box. In the City of Honesty, someone put a trap in their treasure. Speaking of City of Honesty, this is a herbalist shop. We need to buy those reagents. I see a blind woman turns to you. Yeah, she's blind, so I can order 99 sulfur ash. She asks for 198 gold pieces. That is, the cost of it. And so I'm going to put a single gold piece, but because she's blind, she can't see, that I'm not giving her the money that she's requesting. Which is very nice. We'll just do this very honest thing in this City of Honesty. We're going to mix up some spells, just a very basic set. So for each of these, we've got to know the combinations. The blink spell is going to get used a lot. So we're going to mix a few of those. Bed. We're going to mix a couple heals just in case, a couple fireballs just in case. And here we go. And we're going to head north. That's swamp. Don't want to stand around in the swamp. You get poisoned that way. We'll walk around up here. Slow progress just loses a turn when you try and walk through rough terrain. And we're heading over here to Vesper. In the town of Vesper, we are going to purchase our main weapon for much of the game, a sling. We just want one. We're going to purchase some flaming oil. We'll grab 40 of those. No, we're good. And we're also going to head over here to the guild shop and buy some keys and some gems. But first, our money's running a little low, so we're just going to rob the treasury right in front of the guard. This seems like a poor career choice, but no, it works. Gems, keys, gems, just in case. Gems, yeah. And that's good. That's good. We've got 200 gold left over. That's okay. We make poor career choices all the time at the start of this here. And we're just going to blink ourselves over here. We're going to find ourselves right. We're going to ready our sling. Make sure we've got our weapon equipped. See if anything's coming by. Anything coming to hang out? No? Okay, we're going to stand on this little patch of swamp. We're going to mix some spells while we wait here. So if you'll notice, the top center of the main play window, there's a couple of moon phases written there. Right now we've got, what they call that? Gibbous. They're both gibbous waxing. And they slowly move. They move in, this is one of the real-time features of the game, about every 3 seconds. And where I'm standing right now is the patch where we can find mandrake root. But it only appears when both moons are in their new moon phase. And I want some. In fact, I want quite a lot of it. Evenfly, he queried. Seriously. Really? Mnemonics. Gotta remember them. That's the point. Keeping one eye on the phase of the moon as I mix these arcane reagents together. And we're going to stop there. And we're going to frantically search for Mandrake Root. So most of the time it says nothing here. I'm watching my health go down too because I'm poisoned. And I'm seeing this enemy. That isn't my first wandering monster. Attacked by orcs. They're standing on the swamp, which is good. Because now they leave a treasure behind. And that treasure will stay there. But also, that treasure overwrites the properties of the swamp tile. So if I ever have to go back and get more Mandrake Root, I can stand there. So we're going to mix some reagents together for the Mandrake with the Mandrake Root, specifically Gate Travel spells, which is a very powerful fast travel, and Tremor, which is our powerful all attack. And what is it? Nate. ACH, I think. Okay, I won't worry about it. So this is a moon gate that's just opened. They open with the phases of the moon. Ah, get in there. I want to be inside. And I want to go west. All right. So they open as the phases of the moon change. We're going to head over here. Pop over this way. So the blink spell is one very good way to travel. It costs 15 magic points a pop, though. So I've got to make sure I've got the magic points to use it. And here's a silver horn, which is awesome. It's something we kind of need. It's not totally necessary to beat the game, but it's useful, extremely useful. And we're going to go into our first dungeon. And go down, and then we're going to use some of these spells we haven't mixed yet. Oh. Never mixed our down spells. And we're going to make our way down to floor 7 and see where we landed. Landed in the wrong section of floor 7. So the way the up and down spells work, each dungeon is laid out on an 8x8 grid. I know it doesn't look like it. This is a map of where we are. This just shows what we can access. The rest of the dungeon is actually laid out around this, like so. And there's a little section here. There's another wall here with a spot there, and there's a corridor that runs this way. The dungeons loop. So we're going to go back this way. We're going to climb up to floor 6. Going to go all the way across and descend down to floor 7. I'm going to ignite a torch. This is what the dungeons look like when you play them. And we're going to find the red stone. We'll need that. We're going to zip our way down. And yeah, so the way the up and down spells work is that they randomly select one square within that 32 or within that 64 squares, within that 8x8 grid. And if it's open, if there's nothing on that square at all, you land there. If it's not, it tries again. And it will keep trying again. It will make 32 attempts. If it fails all 32 attempts, the spell fails. Okay, so what we're going to use here is a quickness spell. Where am I? Yep. We're going to cast a quickness spell. This is an altar room. This connects 3 dungeons together. 4 dungeons together. What am I talking about? And I want to go this away. This away? This away. Yep. So this connects 4 dungeons together. So we're going to leave from one dungeon to the next. We're going to go into the dungeon Shame. We're going to exit out of this dungeon with an exit spell and re-enter with an entrance. We're now at the top of the dungeon. We're going to use down. We're going to go east as far as we can until it says blocked, and south as far as we can, and find the purple stone. We'll need these later. I'm going to exit out from there. Pass until we have enough points for blink. Boop. Head down before I head up. Sure, I'll take you on. So is everything clear so far? Okay. Why did I try to attack? Oh, I'm tired. I tried to use my sling on the overworld world. That's not how this game works. Miss. There we go. Grab the money. Enter the village of Paws. We're going to come over here. We're going to buy a horse. Because, of course, we're going to buy a horse. Could actually steal a horse. It doesn't cost us anything. And we're going to mix some more magic up. Okay, yeah. Let's see here. Buck and Davian Fly. Yeah. Mix more fireballs just in case. Fireball is the most just in case spell I have. Undead, turn undead. A couple of those. Mix some cure spells. And restock. Yeah, A99, 1. Yeah, B99, 1. Yeah, C9. Garlic, we're going to leave as it is. Yeah, D1. There we go. Don't talk, mix, blink spells. The advantages of being a pianist. I can get away with this. But can Dave even fly? He queried. Make sure I got my spells. That looks like it will do. I'll mix a couple more. Yeah, there's from the gates and there's doing the math in my head of how many of these I need. Oh, heals. I need a lot of heals. Currently, I have like 40 hit points. So we're just going to keep mixing. And then we're going to turn out to be the most honest people ever. So the way the virtues work, there's 8 of them. And I can show you where they're sitting right now. The game tracks each of them separately. So if I hit Alt-Z, it gives bad command, and then Control-S. This shows all my virtues in order. Honesty, in every 2 digits. So honesty, compassion, valor, justice, sacrifice, honor, spirituality, and humility. So yeah, my honesty and justice and honor are down to 3. The trick with all this stealing of reagents is that the virtues can't go below 1. So I can do all this terrible stuff. So now those 3 are definitely at 1. Now I can increase them, I can increase those 3 virtues simply by doing an honest thing. For in this case, buying garlic at cost. Other way around. 1, 1, 2. There we go. Oops. Let me buy a couple of sulfur ashes to clean that up. All right. So the idea being here, the reason I left myself with 50 garlic is that if I buy 49 garlic, that will increase my honesty and justice by 98 points, 2 points for every honest transaction, and thus go from 1 to 99, which is as high as they get. And I will need them all maxed out. So I see 1, 2. And I just keep one eye on my garlic to stop at 99. Ah, I messed something up there. We'll see how far off my mark I am. I hit a wrong number. Oh, no, we're there. So honesty is now at 99, justice now at 99, honor now at 99. Problem solved. Cool. All right, I got one more stop to make while I'm here. I'm just going to cast a heal spell before I get accidentally killed by something. So the horse moves two steps every time I enter. We'll find the Rune of Humility. Every time I tap a key, the horse moves 2 steps, which can be very useful if you don't want to get attacked by skeletons in the overworld, like so. We're going to head back north, blink over this little channel, head up here, and we're going to blink north from here because I want the white stone. We will need that. Then we're going to blink north from here, get off the horse, and go into our next dungeon, Despise. And we're just going to zip straight down 1, 2, 3, 4. Go east to the wall, go south as far as we can, go west 1, 2, turn this way, and we're going to wait till I have enough magic points. We're going to get trolled, literally. That's a troll. Die, thank you. Yeah. And we are going to cast a quickness spell. Boom. And we're going to walk in here. So those are sea serpents. So this is a dungeon room. We're going to step on that. That's a secret door. It makes a little white chip there. That white chip is a secret door. And in dungeon rooms, some of the steps are secret panels. They make stuff happen in the room. I never explained how quickness works. Quickness gives you extra turns. That's basically it. The way it works is they'll give you an extra turn based on random chance. It's a 50-50 chance for every turn you take that you get an extra turn with quickness. We're going to zip down one more. Appear to gem. Okay, cool. That F is a fountain. All these little dollar signs are gold. So we're going to grab some money while we're here. I got poisoned. That's okay. That's a gremlin. If I run away, I will lose valor, and I do not want that. The reason, though, I don't want to deal with gremlins is that they steal your food. So you notice that below Lily's status, there's a little bar that says F and G, food and gold. If your food runs out, you start starving, which means you take damage with every step, like when you're poisoned, like now. I'm going to cure that poison. Gremlins don't have a lot of endurance, which is good. Because every time they attack, they steal my food like that. And I want to go back to this fountain, search it. Ah, refreshing. Climb up this ladder. And what I'm here to find is that. This is a magic ball. I touch it for 5 points of dexterity. That didn't kill me, though. You're alive at 0 hit points. It's if you take a hit at 0 hit points that you're no longer alive. East, south, south, west, south. Ah, refreshing. North, east. That's a spider. I don't actually have to fight that. North, north, west. Climb up. Board my horse. All right. Cast blink south. Giddy up. Whee! This is Lord British's castle. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to walk right in here, and we're going to punch Chuckles the Jester in the face because we make poor life choices. This makes the guards hostile. And you need to know same reason I ran away from the spider. You need to know the game knows 2 things about whatever attacks you. Or whatever NPC tile is around. Whether it's hostile, as in whether it's going to try to kill you, okay, whether it's hostile and whether or not it's evil. Okay, so talk. Okay, this is Hawkwind the Seer. We'll go back to the hostile evil discussion in a moment. Hawkwind the Seer will tell us what our virtues are doing, right? So if I go and talk to him about valor, let's say, you're not a valiant warrior. Fight to prove yourself. If you tell about sacrifice, sacrifice is small, gives you hints about what to do and how good you are doing things. And then tells you when you reach, like, for honor, seem to be honorable in nature, honesty, hey, truly an honest soul, go reach elevation, go to the shrine and meditate for 3 cycles. Okay. Every time you talk to Hawkwind, provided the flag is unset, provided it's a flag that unsets, you get 3 points of spirituality. So we're going to start here. We unset the flag by waiting for the hundreds digit of our step counter to change. And I know that the hundreds digit of my step counter has changed because my food will tick down one point every 100 steps. It's that simple. Anyway, back to the hostile evil distinction. Running away from non-evil creatures does not penalize your valor, and in fact gives you compassion. Because they're not evil, right? You don't want to kill them. So, in punching Chuckles in the face, we lose some compassion, justice, and honor. We regain the compassion and justice every time we run away from the guards. So it turns out that, my entire career of Ultima speedrunning is one long succession of punching jesters in the face. Which is kind of funny. We're at 84. Okay, I need 2 more. I need to get to 90. Not to 99, because in a moment, I'm going to do something that's going to get me 10 points in all virtues. Unfortunately, it's not going to happen before I get my honesty badge. That should put me at 90 points. Yep. So honesty is now at 99. Compassion is only 65. I'm going to have to run away from some more guards. Valor is 59. 99 justice. 55 sacrifice. 94 honor, because I punched Chuckles in the face. And, okay, honor is easy to get back. I will just run away from some guards here. So yeah, the guards turn hostile when you punch Chuckles in the face. But they don't turn evil. So running away from them is just as effective as running away from those spiders. All right, now everything is forgiven. Cross into a new map by climbing the ladder. We talk to the guard about being a guard and ask, art thou the most valiant warrior? I'm not the most valiant warrior. That would not be humble to admit. So I'm just a valiant warrior. I'm not. That's not how you spell guard. Thank you. We'll go here. Again, this sets a little flag for humility, which means that you have to wait for 16 steps. For it checks the mod or the div by 16, so you don't actually have to wait 16 steps. You just have to wait for the 16 step, or you just have to wait for the next division of 16 step to come up. But it's easy enough to say 16 steps. Okay, Lord British gives us the background here. We don't need his help, but we do need him to give me my levels. So I'm now level 6. It is necessary to get my levels. Absolutely necessary, because your party size can only be equal to your level, no higher than that. So if I'm level 1, I have to travel alone. If I'm level 2, I can have 1 companion with me, and so on. And the catch to all that being, if I want to complete the game, I need to have a full party of 8 people. So I have to be level 8. So where are we here? We are good. Dexterity 26. Okay. I want that dexterity to go up. We will get there. We're going to talk to the healer. We need sacrifice though. So we're going to give blood. If you have more than 399 hit points, you can give blood. It takes away 100 hit points and gives you 5 points of sacrifice. I can then use the healer to heal my wounds. My sacrifice is now up to 85. And it's now 90. There we go. Easy. We head up here. There might be another guard. Yep, run away. Perfect. Go over here. Go past this guy who warns me. jimmy this lock open, that's why we bought keys, and descend into the dungeon that Lord British just happens to have in his basement. From here, we go over... The dungeon Hithloth connects to all other dungeons, and I have to keep in brain what I have to do yet. Okay, so I'm looking for all the colored stones. I've got half of them. The white and black stones are not in the dungeons, but I have the yellow, which is got yellow, red, and purple, which means here I need to get orange, green. Yeah, I need for this trip orange, green, and blue. Yeah, and then the black. Yeah, orange, green, and blue. Okay, we are poisoned. That's okay. I actually want that. So we're going to go and get orange. We're going to hit the altar room of love. We're just going to walk out. Nothing that happens in the altar rooms can affect your virtues. So we're going to start by going to the dungeon wrong, which is for green. Appear to gem. Yeah. So this is what floor 7 of wrong looks like. I'm going to that. That's a magical. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 1, 2. Ugh. Don't eat my food. No eating food. I do not want you to eat my food. Thank you. The magical orbs in here raise both intelligence and dexterity, but they cost 400 hit points as a result. So we go up to floor 6. We go west as far as we can. And we back up 2, and we go into here. Now, this room looks dangerous, but those hydras are stuck behind these electrical barriers. And if I don't walk down the middle of the room, the electrical barriers don't go anywhere. So down I go. Drink from the fountain. Touch the ball. Drink from the fountain. Get put to sleep, unfortunately. I want to be poisoned. You'll notice the sleep cured my poison problem. Here's a Reaper. Every time the screen blinks like that, they're trying to put me to sleep. They can't put me to sleep because I'm poisoned. And in this room, there's 2 of them. Here's a tremor spell. There we go. Tremor is awesome. It doesn't affect enemies with a certain number of hit points. Like there's a minimum hit point requirement for being hit by it. Or maximum hit point requirement for being hit by it, I suppose. Search the fountain, touch the ball, search the fountain. Cool. Right, now we have our dexterity over 40. So the way they programmed accuracy in combat, for whatever reason, they could not get it to work. That's the wrong place. Climb up, try it again. There we go. Oh, that's much better. This is where the stone is, by the way. They couldn't get accuracy to work properly. So, oh, hello. Couldn't get accuracy to work properly. So the accuracy on the Apple II original and the Commodore 64 much more a nice progression. The higher your dexterity went, the better you got. Till at dexterity 50, which is the max, you got about 92.5% accuracy. So you missed about 1 in 16 shots. Cool. Whatever the case, they couldn't get it to work right because they forgot to double the dexterity in the accuracy calculations. And when at high accuracy, they were missing everything. The people who did the conversion, they just said, the heck with this. And if your accuracy goes over 40, you do not miss a shot. So that's how it works now. So we're going to take flaming oil. We're going to go into this room. We're going to jam it with a tremor. We do not need the flaming oil if the Zorn was destroyed, and it was. Why did I cast a dispel? Ready. Sling. Thank you. So yeah, the way tremor works is for everything that can be affected by it, it has a 1 in 4 chance of doing nothing, a 2 in 4 chance of reducing them to hit points such that they run away, and a 1 in 4 chance of killing them outright. So there was the panel that opened this up. I used dispel spells to break away the barriers. We're going to search here to get the green stone. We're going to yeet ourselves upwards. Figure out where I am. Great. I want to go back to this and back into the altar room of truth. Of not truth. The other one. Love. And save. Cast quickness. Here we go. Definitely important to cast quickness with all these gremlins around. We're going to go right out of here and turn around and go right back in. Go the other way. Boop. Covetous. Yeet upwards. See where I landed. Good. Land in the right spot. 1, 2, 3 to the wall. 1, 2, 3 to the wall. 1, 2, 1, 2. Search for the orange stone and zip down. Yes, that's what I'm doing. Wrong section of the level. Still the wrong section of the level. A gremlin. What a surprise. Except I can't miss him now if I attack. So. Still the wrong section of the level. There we are. This would be the altar room of love again. Good. Oh. All right, back in Hithloth, we head over to the altar room of truth. When you can't miss, it changes the dynamic a lot. We will yeet ourselves upwards. See where we landed. We want to go south. We get the winds. Winds would blow out our light no matter what. Even if it's light, it will blow it out. 1, 2, cast a dispel. Turn this way. Oh, a step there. There we go. Search for the blue stone. And now we should have all of them except the black stone. Awesome. And we're going to step back. We're going to get put to sleep just to use a couple turns up and to exit to the surface. We're going to blink ourselves north. We're going to head over here. This is the altar of honesty. And here's my first break in the run where I can breathe. That's the fun about playing old role-playing games. There's no like 20-minute cutscenes that I can sit down in. Just these. We'll meditate, and we need the mantra. The mantras never change from game to game. In fact, they don't even change, like, every time you load the game, it's the same mantras. They don't even change within, like, if you go to play Ultima 5, Ultima 6, Ultima 7, 8, we don't talk about. Ultima 9, it's still got the same mantras. Hey, now we need to go. We need to go get the black stone and the book. Bam! Partial avatar virtue of honesty. There it is, appears right there. If I ever do anything dishonest, I will lose that, so I can't go cheating the shopkeepers anymore. I can't go stealing treasures in town. We're going to cast a gate travel. Shoot. Cast a gate travel phase 1. And again, I'm waiting for both moons to be new moons. Got the black stone. There we go. And then we're going to fly up here and enter into the castle, the Lyceum. And here is where we go, jimmy the lock there, open the door, and find the Book of Truth. If you ask this guy, it's a library, you know. Are you looking for a particular book? Yeah. Which book? Truth. It tells you right where to find it. Look under T. Yeah. Alphabetical organization. And that's all we need to do here at the Lyceum. And so we go from here. We are going to gate travel to phase 8 and begin the boat hunting. So the only way to get a boat, which is necessary, is to fight pirates. Oh my goodness, that was lovely and fast. Sometimes it takes a very long time for pirates to show up. But a boat is required. So when you're sailing in a boat, you have to worry about where the wind is. If the wind is against you, you get slow progress. Thank you. I don't like fighting on boats. Search the Bell of Courage. There's another boat. Okay, we'll fight this guy. Now there's 2 boats. And we head over here. This is where we'll find another item that we need to wait for darkness for both moons to be in the new moon phase. So we'll spend some time. We get the skull of the wizard Mondaine here. Can't even fly. I don't think I need any more gates. Tremors I'll need. I will need to do a stop for more Mandrake a little bit later. We'll mix some more wind changes because it's always miserable. There is the very automatic flight later with the hot air balloon. Because Richard Garriott, the creator, Lord British, his favorite book is The Wizard of Oz. So hot air balloon, of course, features into this. Here is the skull of the Wizard Mondaine. There we go. And now we sail over here. Hey, my boat's still there, but that's okay. And we're going to go get the last item on the water. The reason for finding the skull and for picking up the other item I'm going to pick up in a moment is because finding things is our main source of experience. So every rune we pick up, we get 100 experience. Every stone we pick up is worth 200. Every one of these major items is worth 400. So the skull, the wheel from the cape, and if we use the wheel, you'll notice our ship's hit points here go from 50 to 99. That's what it's for. And we're going to leave this ship right here, right there. And from here, I'm going north. What am I doing? What am I doing now? Oh, my brain has stopped. Okay, I have to go back to Lord British Castle. Easy enough. Bip, bip. Right over here. There's my horse. Hi, horse. Right. I've got the experience to get level 7, but I'm not going to get it yet. I do not face. Oh, I do need to punch Chuckles in the face. I stand corrected. The other way to get compassion is to give money to beggars. $96. Actually, no, I didn't need to punch Chuckles in the face. I've got the skull. I don't have to get to 99. I only need to get to 89. So I'm there already. And we're going to go back into Hithloth. And since we have all the stones, we're going to go get the 3-part key. Cast Quickness. Run up here. This is the Altar Room of Love, so we're going to use the stones. We're going to use the yellow, orange, green, and white stones here. And then we're going to run away. That's why we use a Quickness spell. This is the Altar Room of Love. We're going to use the blue, purple, green, and white stones here. We get one part of the 3-part key, and we head out this way into the Dungeon Shame. 3, 4. And that is a gazer. Not what I wanted to see. Gazers are particularly nasty. We're going to poison ourselves. So we can't get put to sleep. There we go. And then we're going to go into the Altar Room of Courage. These are the red, orange, purple, and white stones. Get the 3-part key. Bail out here back to Hithloth. Exit out of here. This is a balloon. Quick and save. Board the balloon. The balloon travels whatever direction the wind is going, not whatever it's going from. So the wind is south right now. It will travel north when I climb. I wanted to go north, but I was waiting for the wind to change since the winds are capricious. All right, we're going to try it. Oh, yeah, see? KUSKULL, and I dropped the skull right into the abyss, and that's what we do with the skull. And then we land our balloon like that. We will now use the horn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're going to cast a healing spell, another healing spell, and another healing spell. The reason we use the horn is because if we don't use the horn when we move through here, we're going to get attacked by demons. That's okay. Because one of the things we need to do is get Valor. And we get Valor by fighting evil creatures. And demons are, like, basically by definition. So it creates 8 packs of evil demons if you don't use the horn.
No, I did want to. Oh, sorry. I just wanted to ask. Because I know you have a incentive lined up for this, for Glitch Through the Abyss. Is that something that happens at the end, or just make sure you're prepared for it?
Yep. Oh, yeah. No, it happens after the run.
Ah, okay, very nice. Apologies.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Cast heals, and then we will enter and meditate. And take another break here. Ooh,
It's
everything
always good to
popped.
stretch.
Yeah. So
There's a lot
yeah,
of complexity in here, yeah.
yeah. Well, it's a very big open world game. One of the things I like to point out at one point was there was another runner of this. I think he's kind of retired from it, unfortunately. But he and I still chat, and I would really like to see him back in the game. But he and I have completely different routes for getting through the game. And at one
Really?
point, despite that, our PBs were 15 seconds apart in a game that's about an hour long. So there's so many different ways you can route this. That's part of the fun for me. So this is where we usually do our grinding to get our valor up. Every time we win a fight against evil creatures, it's a 50-50 chance that we get a point of valor. Again, this is not a problem if you're playing the game normally and not running away from things. But because we're speedrunning, we have to find a place to grind it. This is the best place we found because the game generates 8 monsters every time we take a southward step here without the horn. The other thing we can do is stand over a bridge and fight bridge trolls, which is almost as fast. I did some science. Oops. What I did was I took, because I wanted to verify my really nasty method of getting valor, but unfortunately, it turned out to be slower than the other two. That's a Balron. That's the reason I stay poisoned, because the Balron will try and put me. It just did. They also noticed that I'm getting no more than 2 enemy monsters at a time. That is because the size of enemy wandering monster group is limited to being no bigger than twice your party size. Step here, and because I'm fighting on the shrine, I get the land tile combat. The hill combat setup is really nasty, so I should check my valor after this. Oop. This is also grind for experience, obviously, and money. Money is not really super necessary at this point. I've got pretty much all I'll need. Where's my valor at? 86. So I need to get it up to 99. I no longer need to worry about anything happening at 2 new moons. I do need to worry about one more thing happening at 2 full moons, though. So at 86, that means 14 fights. So I could be, if every coin flip goes my way, after this set and one more, I could be done. That's not going to happen that way. But I will check it again after 2 sets. After one more set after this. Die. I said die. No more of you. Shoo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And the reason I pull those, I have to pick up those treasure chests, is for reasons of memory management. The game allows for 24 entities on the map that are not wandering monsters. There's room for 8 wandering monster entities on the map. There's room for 24 non-wandering monster entities. That's a list of 24 spots for these entities. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 93. Okay. I'll have to check after this set. So those entities include things like my horse, my boats, the balloon, and these treasure chests. They all count entities in this list. If the game runs up to 24 and then has to generate another entity, in this case, treasure chest, then it will delete one entity from somewhere. It will just randomly choose an entity. Where this can be fun is by taking a horse into town. Some towns do have that map 24 entity limit, which means that when you get off the horse and that horse goes from being your character sprite to another entity in town, all of a sudden one person will just vanish. Hilarious results of old programming. So yeah, what we constantly were having problems with is our boats disappearing. And you saw how much of a problem it was trying to get the boat in the first place. I have to sit by the water. Okay, you didn't. This time I had a very... But you have to sit by the water and grind for the boat. Okay, where am I going from here? I'm going to Shrine of Valor, I think. Yep. Cast, gate travel, phase 3. Here's where we do our gate travel. Here. We're going to go around this way. And now we recruit some party members, too. Hey, Jeffrey. We're going to cast a Dispel. That's why magic is required. Several Dispels required to get through the game. And here's the Rune of Valor. You also notice my food is now going down twice as because we got twice as many people in the party. Hey, Sonora is going to cooperate. Max is cooperating. Max is not cooperating, but that's okay. Sonora and Max have a tendency to get in my way. And then from here, we're going to blink south and enter the Shrine of Valor. Oh, pop all the knuckles, stretch ever so high. From here, where do I go? Compassion? We go to Britain, do Compassion. Britain, do Compassion, or you do Justice. I have about... Okay, I'm going to try and catch the moon cycle for when it's the best for me, obviously, to go. So we're going to head over to Britain. Get on my horse. And head down here. Talk to YOLO, join. And yes, YOLO is canonically how that is. My brain is saying, make sure you've got everything. And get the Rune of Compassion. You have to find all these things where they're hidden. Oh, snakes. Don't have to fight snakes. They're not evil. They are poisonous, though, which can be handy, because I do want all my companions dead. So we're going to meditate on Compassion, now that we've got the rune. So I'm going over the list in my head. The main thing I want to remember is, have I got the black stone? And I do. And have I got the 3-part key? And I do. I have, if you don't have those, right at the very end of the game, you don't win. So I've got the 3-part key, I can get to the end. I've got the black stone, I can get to the end. And the problem is there's no check for either of those things until you get to the very end of the game. So if you forget them, there's nothing telling you, hey, you didn't get this thing. Here's the village of Cove. This is where we're going to find the Candle of Love, Candle of Love, and other 60s songs. That's all we need from here, and we are going to gate travel to 5. I'm going to check go in here, meditate on spirituality. 3 cycles. Oh, good. So the other thing about that list of 24 items, one reason we kept losing boats is because when the balloon spawns in, it always spawns in spot number 1 on that list. Spot number 0, whatever, 0 index list, but the first one in the list. So when the first thing that we would put into that list was a boat, it would get deleted. This presented a problem. So we had to figure out a way around that. The way we solve around that is to leave a treasure chest on the map. So that's the reason I left the treasure chest down south where the Mandrake was. And my horse serves as insurance against that as well. So we'll head over here to the town of Minok, the town of sacrifice. We're going to get our companion, Julia. She is an agile tinker. Going to head in here to the ironworks. Because, of course, where are you going to find the rune of sacrifice? But in the oven! And Zircon is going to be a jerk. Thank you. We're going to heal ourselves. And, oh no, we're standing in the oven again! Oh no, everyone's burning to death. Why am I passing turns like a jerk? Why is YOLO not burning to death? Come on. Thank you. So this speeds up a lot of things. Dead bodies, unfortunately, still do consume food. No. Here's the Shrine of Sacrifice. But oh yeah, this is you get these various mantras in the course of the game. You talk with people, you solve puzzles, and this is the one I like. This one is told to you as it's in the song of the bard in town, and you talk to the bard and says, "The raven sees, the raven saw, and in the corner he saith, caw." I don't know if you've ever heard a raven. They are one of the least meditative birds I can imagine. So I can just sit here, on my knees, thinking about spirituality or thinking about sacrifice, getting myself into a meditative mindset, and so yeah, not what I would call meditative. Now there's our next one done. That means we've got 4 and 6 still to do. We're going to wait. Oh, no, we're not going to wait here because we're going to go and get some more Mandrake. Because otherwise, I won't have enough tremor spells. See, here's one place you could save and reload. One of the things we're allowed to do is we have written a little batch program that loads directly into the game without going through the rigmarole of the opening screen. And the reason we allow for that is because it is often faster to... yeah, I need some more of those. It is often faster... gate 4. Is often faster, rather than waiting for the moon's phases to change. Hey, Jonna, get on the horse. Don't mind all the horses. Whenever you load a game, the game loads in brain. The game always loads the moons as being both new. There's the Rune of Justice, by the way, and it loads. Get out of my way. Both moons is new, and the wind is always north. So whenever you load a new game, that is always. So if you reach one of these places where you need. That's not what I wanted to waste my spells on. Yeah, I can't. Yeah, I cast negate magic. I can't blink. There we go. Of course, I got poisoned and Jana didn't. So whenever you go to one of these spots where you require both new moons, sometimes it's faster to just save and then reload the game. Bah. So we've nearly completed our little Ankh picture here. There's just a line missing. And then we will be an 8 parts partial avatar. will be a partial avatar. Partial avatar in all 8 parts. And then all that's left is to unify that. But in order to unify that, we need the 3-part stones and the 3-part key. We need a special code. 8 travel 6. Blink up here. Enter here. This is the town of Trinsic. We're going to take away its mayor. Hey, Dupre, you're up. Thank you. Want to buy a duck? Oh no, Dupre got poisoned and is slowly dying. Uh-oh, Jonna got poisoned as well and is slowly dying. Oh no, whatever will I do? I'll cure my poison. That will help. Big kudos to Phoenix 4, who found this little blink path. Oh, still weary from last meditation. So like with Hawkwind, I have to make sure that my move counter, the hundreds digit of my move counter has changed. There we go. It's that little blink pattern, straight coming out of Trinsic, west, south, west, and you're there. The way Blink works has to do with the way the map is loaded in the overworld. So the overworld is 256 by 256, 256x, 256y, and it's cut up into 16 by 16 squares. So 16 across here, 16 across there. When you're in the overworld, one of these 16 by 16 squares, the one you're in, is loaded, and 3 more are loaded around it. So if you're in this square, it could be this, this, and this, or it could be that, that, and that. It doesn't matter. Wherever you're loaded, there will be 2 either north or south. There'd be a square either north or south of you, a square either east or west of you, and 1 filling in that corner of a 4 by 4 square to make a 32 by 32 play area. This is what you see when I do this. So we're here on this quadrant. This is loaded, and that's loaded. When you reach the edge of a quadrant, within 5 squares, it will, if I go over here, it will unload this and load 2 more over here. So I hope you can see my mouse cursor. It just occurred to me. Yeah, so it will unload. So if I go towards the east edge, it will unload the 2 western quadrants and load in a new pair of quadrants. Oh, there's my boat. Yep, blink down here. So we're going to cross these islands. Oh, blink MP too low. Oh no, I'll have to wait while my crew dies. Sacrificing for the greater good. Come on. Who needs magic points? Really? What sort of game has magic points? So the way Blink works is it goes right to the edge of that 32 by 32 space in a straight line from wherever you are. So if I've told it to blink east, it's going to go all the way east to that edge of that 32 by 32 space. Hey, look, it's the Mystic Weapons. You might as well ready one. Mystic Sword. You cannot find those unless you are an 8 parts avatar. So when you cast a blink spell, it's going to go right to the edge of that space, and then go back from there until it finds a legal spot for you to land on. So it does actually matter. There is some manipulation as how you load those quadrants in if you want to use effective blink spells. It's something I'm not great at on the fly. Hey, it's the Mystic Armor. We're going to wear one of those. Mystic Robe. And we have 6,400 experience. So, yes, experience. So again, your level determines your party size limit. Currently, our level is 6. We do not want to punch Chuckles in the face because we will lose our compassion, justice, and honor and have to go rebuild those. So yeah, your level or your current party size is limited to your level. At 0 experience, you're level 1. Anything less than 100 experience. At 100 experience, you can qualify for level 2. 200 gets you to level 3. 400 gets you to level 4. 800 to 5. 16 to 6. 32 for 7. And 64 for level 8. 8 phase 7. Scarabre. We just spent a whole bunch of time in Scarabre yesterday morning. about 24 hours ago now. So we're going to spend a lot of money on food so we don't end up starving. We don't actually need to, but, you know, why not? We're here. Shamano, we're going to cast Gate Travel 8, enter the Ruin of Magincia, and find our final party member, our final potential corpse, Katrina the Shepherd. Thank you. Everyone is poisoned. Good. And now we cast our last Gate Travel spell. Now we're out of Gate Travel spells because I flubbed one earlier. Not get chest, cast 1G to 6 where I left my boat. Set the horse free. You're free now, horse. Board a frigate. Why did I change the winds to where I need to go? And then sail away. We're coming up on the last dungeon. My party is dead, as it ought to be, because this speeds up combat immensely. Not having to worry about moving those characters around. And this is Pirates Cove. When we enter Pirates Cove, a bunch of ghost pirates instantly appear. And we just sail right through them and up here. And I'm looking at my step count going, what the heck have I forgotten? Everything's there. Horn wheel, skull's done, book bell candle, 3-part key, 8 companions. This has been an incredible run then. Head in here. This is lava. That's fire. Use the bell, which rings on and on. The book, words resonate with the ringing, and the candle. That's right, candle. There we go. And we enter the great Stygian Abyss. We're going to cast ourselves a quickness spell. Step into here and run through the lava lizards. And if it looks like I'm getting more turns than they are, that's because I'm quicknessed. I'm no longer quicknessed. Quickness lasts for 8 turns, but that's 8 objective turns, not subjective ones. And run through. 1H1, 1H1. Mix. We've got enough heals for the moment anyway. One of my PBs, not the most recent one, my PBs, I got room and I didn't have enough heal spells. It was quite tense. We're going to walk down here. The purple things are sleep fields. I don't want to be put to sleep. I do want to be poisoned, though. So we'll change one of those sleep fields to poison, walk through, get myself poisoned. All is well. I'm okay with being poisoned because it means that mean monsters can't put me to sleep. And we'll just dispel this because it's faster. We'll stab things with my Mystic Sword. The Mystic Swords, unfortunately, completely invalidate the strength statistic. No, we don't need to fight these guys. Don't have to worry about losing valor for running away. And here, we use the stone. We have to know our virtues and our colors. Zip through here. Zip through here. My quickness spell wore off. Cast a sleep spell. So you might notice a couple of the monsters have stopped twitching. They're asleep. And the fun thing about the game does not properly clear sleep fields or sleep flags. So the way sleep works is at the start of your turn, if you are asleep, whether you're human or monster, 5/6, use stone, compassion, yellow. You have a 50, or you have a, not 50-50, it's a 1 in 8 chance every turn. Here's a room I can rest a bit. So if you're asleep, you have a 1 in 8 chance every turn of waking up, whether you be human or whether you be companion or monster. So putting a bunch of them to sleep and then denying them the chance to take a turn means that flag never gets a chance to unset, which means the next time, trolls. tremor trolls. The next time that a fight gets started with something in that monster slot, why am I getting the chest? I don't need the money. Next time a fight gets started with something in that monster slot, it starts asleep. So we're going to cast our undead spell, boom, and then we're going to cast our tremor. The turn undead spell makes the undead run away. Doesn't work universally. You can see one of those ghosts is following me. How many tremors I got left? 9. Okay. This next room, a tremor or 2 sometimes is important. Boom! Just to get through the narrow corridors. I was explaining one thing and it's gone now. Awesome. Descend. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to show you the worst room in the game. If you are sensitive to flashing lights, it might cause problems for you. Because in that room are a bunch of, get out of here, are a bunch of Reapers, and they will be trying to put me to sleep continually, which means that they will be making the screen blink like this Valron is. Get out of here. Okay, I've got 7 tremors left. All right, we are going to try and mitigate that as much as possible with a negate magic spell. So they can't make the screen blink until the negate magic spell wears off. Fortunately, I'm poisoned. And we can just walk out of here to another resting. Checking my magic points. And then we go east, 2, 3, 4, 5. Use a stone. Sacrifice. Orange. Descend. So this is what room, these are all dungeon rooms here. So this is what level 6 looks like. The only way to get into this maze anywhere along here and to get out over here, which is the altar where we want to put the stone, is to come in through this secret door to the east. So we go down 2, west, south, and east. The only way we can get in here, goodness, and zip past these guys. And yeah, those are storms. I didn't see a storm at all this run. Wow. Normally I get a disproportionate number of storms. That was a terrible tremor. So storms can appear in the place of wandering monsters when wandering monsters on the water, where you get your boats. And it's sort of a community joke that I get an insane number of an absolutely wild number of tornadoes, water spouts. Yep. So we're going to wait for my magic points here to come back. We're going to come in here, and those headlesses, I'm going to use a sleep spell to put them to sleep. Not bad. And that sleep will carry over to some of the creatures here. Like I said, because the game doesn't handle flags properly. What it should do is, as soon as you leave the fight, clear all the sleep flags. But it don't. So this way, stone, honor, purple. Purple does not have a close bracket in it. Room. This looks like an axe and nothing else. We go north and west. Always north and west. And there's still a sleeping headless there. Look at that. Go north and west. Ignore these guys. Go north and west. Undead. Tremor. Now, the game doesn't have an afraid status. So the way it handles making things afraid is hit points. I think it's below 26 or something like that. They become afraid. Tremor. That's the same way that it does it in Ultima 5. Interesting. There is a fear spell. White. Descend. 1, 2, 1, 2. This is the bottom floor. All right, we're going to step into here with, we're going to mix tremors up. Anything else I need? No, we're pretty well decked out. Here we go, bottom floor. Let's see if I can deke out this So far, so good. Step out here. Tremor. Tremor again. Thank you. Better. Step there. And yes, it does open the next panel we have to step on. And yes, we step through that lava to get out of here. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. The companion room. Die. A little bit of everything. So we're going to cast our heals up. We're going to recover. The next room is the final room. There's no rush on time, though. There's still about a quiz at the end. So we're going to throw in a quickness. We're going to step in here. We're going to tremor. Tremor. Step over here. We're going to throw a poison field there. And a sleep spell. Okay, don't have enough magic points. So the poison field acts like lava. Because monsters can't be poisoned, they don't have a status. They can be put to sleep, but they don't have the ability to be poisoned. We'll verify the run by grabbing that treasure. I can't actually hit that demon while it's standing inside this secret door. Thank you. And out we go. Boop. Black. All right, our final quiz. We need to know the word of passage. The game buffers up to 16 inputs, so I can buffer these inputs and get, obviously, because I've already typed out the answer, including an enter key, it will take that buffered input and give me a frame perfect answer. But I can only buffer up to 16 keys. Time will come when the final question is answered and the word infinity appears on screen. Now, I probably started about 5 or 6 random threads of conversation and dropped them off at some point because that's the way my brain works a lot of the time. Oh, this thing is more important. I need to talk about this right now, and then I'll forget what I... So if there are any questions, I'm quite happy to answer them. And I also have to go through the glitching the abyss bit. So we'll do that. We are almost at time. And time. There it is.
Very nice.
Thank
Overall,
you.
that is a 114.43.
Oh, not bad. Considering I stopped to explain things and do this. That was on a step count, though. I was click through and see what my step count was. 6864. Good. Fantastic. Anything, well, anything less than 8,000 is a decent run. Anything less than 7,000 is really good. So in terms of, well, I mean, we didn't have to wait long for a boat to show up. Sometimes you're standing there waiting because it's entirely random. Okay, I'm supposed to glitch through an abyss. So
yes, let's do the incentive.
Yeah. That means I do have to close the game.
Yep.
And we'll reopen.
We'll see the screen just for a bit, but it will fix itself pretty shortly.
Okay. Do you see my game screen again?
Let me see.
I'm loaded back in. So do you see my game screen?
Right. We're just going to go just do a starting student screen before we just do the setup here, folks.
I will just share